Green Lanterns issue 11, written by Sam Humphries and art by Robson Roca. This, of course, is continuing. And Matt learned the name of the villain.
Yeah, Leminski.
Leminski, thank you. Frank Leminski.
I remember Frank just because of one of the earliest panels.
Well, go on. What was it?
Where he carves his name into the mountain.
Of course, yeah.
I know it was with Green Lantern energy, but the way that the artist drew him with wide-gapped legs, it looked like when you pee into the snow. And I feel that that's what they were going for, you know? So...
Well, it's kind of that thing, though, like, the idea that if a man like feels like, you know, masculine and wants to disrespect something, like, he'll piss on it. Maybe, you know, that is going for that thing where he feels all powerful, like, yeah, look at me, nature. I'm
fine. Yeah.
I'm a superhero. But yeah, the gist of this is that he goes out and tries to be a hero for the public, so he saves like a girl and or dog or a boy. Was it a boy or a girl? I can't remember.
Yeah.
A kid.
It's a boy. And the dog from the tornadoes.
From a tornado. And tries to do like a news interview and like all that. And this is when, of course, like Simon and Jessica like notice it on the news and are like, wait a minute, who's this tosser?
No, they don't notice it on the news, do they?
No.
How did they notice it?
Because Jessica asked her ring.
Oh, that's right.
To track the energy.
And I like that Simon's like, wait, why does your ring sound human? She's like, I talk to it a lot. And
I like that.
He's like, well, that makes no sense. She's like, well, it's learning. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like,
and she seems really confused that he doesn't talk to his.
Yeah. I like that Humphreys is bringing something like that to Green Lantern. You know? Because it makes sense, though. The girl or the lady that's so trapped off and in her head all the time talks to her ring. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. And again, it's an example of her problem solving to find him. Like she thinks of another way of doing it that's not just scan for, you know, him. Yeah. Because that's not working. So
then when they show up and the whole news report and Simon just being his bombastic self.
Yeah.
Well, so good.
I think what made that so fun is that the whole idea is that the media is like, how is he not a Green Lantern? Why is he not a Green... And she tries to turn it into like almost like a news debate live on air. And like, I love when it goes to Simon and Jessica, and Simon's like, don't blow up and hit him, or don't you know, rage and like shout at her. And Jessica's like, don't geek out and like say hi to your sister on TV.
I love then that it cuts to Batman. And he's like, stop
watching.
arguing with him. You can't argue with idiots.
Don't argue with fools, because then they won't know the difference between them.
Yeah,
that's exactly. Such a great line.
Do you know what I love about that? Is like it's funny how like Matt often complains that Batman will be shoved into books, whereas obviously this wasn't advertised. This was just like a random cutaway to another part of the universe, and it was done just purely for comic effect because it's funny because it's Batman. Had it been anyone else, this wouldn't have been funny.
Yeah.
But this was hilarious because it was Batman.
No, and I had no problem. I liked seeing that because he's just watching it in the cave.
I think that's why I think that's why I thought that the Simon and Jessica watched seen it in the news. I was mixing things up with that.
Yeah, and he almost has his hand on his forehead, like what
I love the idea that in Bruce's off time, he stays in costume and just watches the rest of it, like the rookies, just to evaluate them at all times.
To be fair, I assumed he was working on something and just had the news on, like he's doing DNA analysis or something.
Yeah, well, he probably scans the news to see how far Gotham is compared to the other cities.
Yeah, he probably has a thing that anytime one of the other members is on the news, that'll pop up for him.
Yeah,
Google alert.
Yeah,
exactly.
But and then Frank losing his, he can't keep his composure because that's the whole thing is he's emotionally unstable. That's why he's able to wear this ring. Yeah. He's not tied down to one, and so starts going to rage. And I like that panel a lot.
He starts going to rage, but then it goes all klabooey, and he ends up turning into an Orange Lantern, which is cool. And I wonder if our prediction that like Larfreeze will sense this and be like, wait a minute.
Yep.
He goes all Highlander. There can only be one. There can only be one. All Highlander-esque on him. And he'll show up. Yep. I don't know if we'll be right, but it makes sense thinking about it.
And that is the sort of like Lantern color spectrum that I actually want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. Don't just give me the reds attacking everything again. It's boring.
Yeah. What would be far more interesting to like bring the other cores into it is if, let's say, I don't know, some plot like required the help of the Red Lanterns to defeat someone else, like, you know, and they had to make like an uneasy alliance. Like, that would be more fun, like, to bring them back in that way, where they have to like trust them or something because they need like beings of rage to get through a barrier, or I don't know, whatever reason you might think up of. You know, or whatever.
Or even the Indigo showing up in some compassion, because they're so different than the rest of the Corps. And we've never really gotten a lot of them. We've gotten a lot of the Reds and the Orange. So,
and the Yellow, obviously, has always been a
because that's just expected, though. Like, that was, you know...
The thing is, at least with Orange, it plays it for comedy a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So
and
that's fun.
Also, Orange is just one character, so it doesn't feel as like there's an army of things every time you see him.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's really easy to diffuse, largely. You just give him something shiny, and he's off. Like, you know.
He's a cat, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
Or a magpie.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, Green Lanterns, this arc's proven to be very good. It's funny how there was things we liked about the first arc, but we were very, you know, I hope the second arc's better. And sure enough, it is.
Yeah.
So,
and go ahead, Connor.
I was just going to say, I love the other cutaway.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Connor. Let me continue to speak. Well, instead of let you speak. Connor, say your piece.
I was going to say, I love the other cutaway with Carol as well, like judging them.
Oh, yeah.
It's another thing that just makes it feel like part of the larger Green Lantern universe.
And also, we've hardly seen Carl. I don't know, it should be popping up in Lantern Corps at all?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Yeah. That was one thing that really bugged me, actually, in the New 52 stuff, is it when they were sort of hinting that they might actually finally make them a proper couple, and then it just kind of went nowhere. Like, after, like, 2 issues, it just got dropped. It was like, oh, come on.
She disappeared.
Like, can we have her be, like, a constant present? Like, have her be a constant supporting character for Hal, and actually have them build a relationship, you know?
See, that would mean Hal would have to be on Earth.
Which I would like.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen.
Isn't he in the sun or something?
He is non-existent right now.
There you go. But no, I also like that we get no Volthoom, and he's really the bigger threat than Leminski.
Yeah, it's like we get that he's there because Frank's talking to him, and it's like, you know, like you get that he's still pulling the strings.
Yeah.
But he has no visual presence. He has no actual impact on the issue, which is good.
Yeah. So, but I think they're teasing him as still the main threat, and he can still have fun with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he can be either just the end of this arc, you know, like final third act, like comes out of the woodwork, or it could be like a whole other arc where we build up Volthoom as his own thing. I don't know, but either way, I'm having a lot of fun with this arc. So.